Money buys you so many things. It can also buy services, even time, and sometimes even friends. Some people say that with money, you can buy happiness, and some people say you can't. So, what is money for you? Welcome to Saki's Random Thoughts, where I share a different perspective and my thoughts on them with the hopes to find my own definition on certain things. And today, the topic is money. I didn't grow up extremely wealthy or extremely poor. I just grew up in a middle class family. My grandparents, I would say they were quite wealthy, owning many apartment buildings in Japan, and they were collecting rents. And my parents, on the other hand, weren't that wealthy, especially when we just moved here to Canada. Well, gratefully, we always had food on the table, but we did live in a very small one bedroom apartment for the very first few years. I was lucky enough to go to university to get an engineering degree without getting into any debt. And I also got a job in a tech company afterwards. Working there for a year and few months, I realized that I had no passion for technology, so I quit my job and came back to Montreal. Here, I saw my friends who were climbing up the corporate ladder. I compared myself to them, and I really got deep into this hustle culture where they tell you that, sleep is for the weak and that you gotta hustle and work hard to succeed. I mean, I do agree that you have to work hard, but I kind of defined that success with the amount of money that I was earning. And I really wanted to feel better about myself and by earning more money until one day I decided to take a long walk outside. And while I was looking at the sunset from a bench in a park next to where I live, a thought just came down to me, and I still remember that moment clearly because it was frightening, to be honest. I thought, wow, I'm working so hard and I'm spending all my energy to get money. But am I working to live or am I living to work? Because it's obvious that we can't live without money. We need to eat, so we need money to buy food. We need a place to live, well, we need money to pay for the rent or mortgage. We need something to wear, we need money to buy clothes. If we want to have fun or travel or even learn, in most cases, we need money even to go to school. It just felt like a never ending circle of when will this end? And that do I need to keep working and working just so that I can survive? And I really felt like a slave of money, that I was working desperately just for the money. Until someone who I respect a lot, actually my performance coach, Coach Raymond, explained to me with a metaphor that he explained it that we are like a car and the gas that we put in the car is money. Well, the car, in order to move, needs fuel, just like we need money in order to keep living. But the car wasn't invented just to consume fuel. That would be just ridiculous. That would be so stupid. Its main purpose was to help us travel from one place to another. And same for humans. We need money to keep living, but we weren't born just to earn and to spend that money just blindly. Doesn't make sense. We have a bigger purpose, a deeper why that is within us. And that's not just in some of us, but in every single one of us. And recently I heard a Japanese lady add on to this amazing definition something else. She said that the word currency originally means flow in Latin, like to flow from one place to the other. And It's something that flows into your life by the value of service that you provide to others. And it's something that you use for something that you find valuable, which means that it's not something that you should be just keeping and keeping and keeping. No, it's something that it flows in, and you have to make it flow out in order to make it this natural flow. And it's not, you have to use it in something that you find valuable and not other people finds it valuable. And when she said this, I immediately just got reminded of these two guys that I dated previously in the past. These guys both surprisingly owned the exact same luxurious car. I'm not going to say the mark, but it was the exact same model, except one was black and the other one was white. That's it. But other than that, it was exactly the same. Two completely different guys. The first guy, he had a black one. And I still remember he was extremely arrogant and he looked down on people. I could tell that, he got this car just so that other people would respect him more. And he didn't really care about which car as long as he could feel better about himself, and the perspective of other people would be, like, wow, he owns this car, that's so cool. That was his main point. On the other hand, the second guy, he had a white car and he was so different. I mean, to be frank, when I saw the car, I said, oh no, I smell a red flag. I feel like maybe, he's also going to be arrogant and insecure. But it turned out that while I was speaking to this guy about his car, he told me how much he loved this specific model because of its engine. And he told me about the details with the huge smile on his face, like a little kid explaining me, like, oh, just the sound of this engine. Oh, it's so cool. And he was just genuinely happy to drive the car to work every day. And that just got me thinking the difference of spending money on what you find valuable versus what other people find it valuable. Because the first guy can tell you that he was not happy. He was wealthy, but I can tell that it just seemed like nothing made him happy. As opposed to the second guy, he wasn't wealthy at all, but this one car got him so excited, and he was just so happy to drive this car each time. So it doesn't, and this thing that you spend money on doesn't have to be material things. You can spend it on experience, on education, or even donate to someone or a cause that you really care about. There is no right or wrong answer. It all depends on what you find it valuable. So let us spend money on things that we find it valuable, and at the same time earn back more by providing value to others. Not just a job, but let's all provide value to other people. Thank you for listening to my random thoughts.